guys and ladies doing today? I hope everyone is well. I hope you're in great moods, in great spirits. Thank you so much to those of you who are new here. I genuinely appreciate you tuning into the channel and anything that you contribute. Also, thank you to those of you who are returning. I genuinely appreciate your continued support. But y'all already know the vibes. Okay, this is going to be an energy for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, you don't have to be a Pisces Sun to watch this read. 222. There could be a relationship that's significant. But anyway, you don't have to be a Pisces to watch this read. If you feel called to, you are welcome here as well. We're going to start with a quick third eye meditation. Okay, to open up the read and your third eye, because it is essential to use your discernment in collective reads. Okay, so close your eyes. Okay, if you have on headphones, take off your headphones. Okay, or maybe just turn your volume down on your headphones or on your phone, whatever you're watching. This bowl can get or however you're listening, this bowl can get kind of loud. Okay, so we're going to close our eyes and we're going to focus our energy on not between your eyes. Okay, that's not where your third eye is. It's the midpoint between the front and the back of your head. Okay, so let's start. Close your eyes, focus your energy there, and start to take deep breaths. Okay. And it's important to make sure you do other grounding techniques when you open your third eye. Okay. Okay, so repeat after me. I trust my inner vision. My intuition is clear and awake. I see truth beyond illusion. As you breathe in, imagine your third eye being charged. And as you exhale, release anything that may be causing blockages. Or any thoughts that don't serve your highest good. Okay, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes, Pisces. Okay. Yeah, I said 222 is relationships. And we have the Lovers and the Temperance in the reverse. This could also be your relationship with yourself, because Temperance is inner peace, inner harmony. Okay, well, let's see what message Spirit has for you today, what you need to know, how you should be moving in these spiritual streets. Okay. When I first started you guys' meditation, I was hearing something about Tokyo. I don't know if y'all are like eating Chinese food, want some Chinese food, or maybe that's a place where you want to visit. Somebody could be of Asian descent or have that in their bloodline somewhere. I'm hearing a song by, is that Boys to Men? Close your eyes, make a wish. What is that? I think that is Boys to Men. There could be something that you're hoping for, or a wish fulfillment that might be coming in for you. Let's see. What's the message for Pisces Spirit? Remember, I'm only going to channel from your higher self. You should only listen from that aspect as well. Okay. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. There's another deck I'm being called to use. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I'm being called to use this deck first. What's the message for Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I hope you're all doing well today. Happy Lunar New Year. Journey. Yeah, there could be some where we want to travel. We do have 10 here. This could be the end of a long journey for you. The cards just keep on falling out crazy. Is this a couple down there? Yeah, it look like this is somebody about to get married. Maybe you want a destination wedding. Yeah, look, marriage. That's crazy. Welcome from Mississippi. Hey. Can you ask? Okay, I can maybe they won't know where else to put the tip if you don't leave an envelope. Because you know, I was just traveling this past weekend and I don't know, like, you know, I know to tip at a restaurant, but I never thought to, I'll ask for you though, my pendulum. I never thought to leave a tip for a housekeeper. Do you mean like at a hotel or something? That just made me think about me traveling because I was just traveling this weekend. So, mature woman. Okay, what else for Pisces? Great fortune. And at the bottom we have pathway and courtship. I just heard you're being prepared. you maybe, you know, hold on you guys, because I'm getting so much from this energy. For some of you, I feel like you going through a divorce or a spiritual divorce. But with the Judgment here at the bottom of the deck of this, the first deck that I shuffled, that talks about ascension. It's also eclipse energy. It can talk about awakening, sometimes even reconciliation. But I'm seeing like, first there's journey, then there's marriage, then there's mature woman and great fortune. So I feel like you could be going through, for some of you, it could be a breakup. For others of you, it could be a literal divorce or just a spiritual divorce. But I feel like with 10 being here, there could have been a long journey that you just went through in terms of like people that you date or the type of people, kind of people that you date. Something here is coming to an end is what I'm feeling. I feel like you've matured a lot in this cycle. You've probably gotten to know yourself a lot better in this cycle. This card does have a 6 on it, which is Virgo energy. Virgo energy is also wisdom and guidance. Okay, and then we have great fortune at the end. But let's see. I kind of get star energy, the star card energy from this, because this kind of looks like the depiction of Aquarius. So, you know, fortune could just be like your spiritual inheritance or a portion of it. It's 3 components, which would be like your actual identity. But let's see, because I don't know. I feel like this is the end of a specific dating cycle that somebody's been in, that you've been in. In marriage, I can even read as your yin and yang balancing, coming back into union with your feminine and masculine essence as one. Maybe something about the feminine aspect, the negative principle within us all, the unconscious principles or the unconscious energy of us all. Masculine is the conscious, okay, and the feminine aspect is the unconscious. What's journey? Page of Cups, yeah, new beginning. For some of you, this is like a new journey in terms of motherhood. Some of y'all could have new children. I'm getting baby energy strong from this. What else for journey? In the Page of Cups. 5 of Cups. There could be somebody here that wants to apologize to you. And this could be the start of like your healing journey from whatever this is. Yeah, look, the Lovers can be conversation. We have the 5 of Cups, which talks about sadness, regret, remorse, crying over spilled milk. 5 is also the number of change. But it's important to remember in this card, there are 2 cups that are still standing. So it talks about all is not lost. I'm getting like you could be sad about something. There's something here that you could be grieving. Okay, your inner child could be grieving. I'm also channeling somebody who could have lost a child. My condolences. Yeah, the Queen of Wands in the reverse. I didn't even get to finish shuffling. I don't like that. What's this 5 of Cups? Scorpio, Mars. Mars is about your actions. And it's funny that the Queen of Wands will come out. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Virgo, Venus. Somebody could be grieving the loss of a job or employment. This could even be somebody who's not feeling like themselves. This energy is really intense. What else for the 5 of Cups? There's something that you're grieving over or somebody else in your energy. You have Page of Pentacles, and then we have Pisces down here with the High Priestess. Somebody here is grieving having to start over. This is a new journey though, and I feel like there needs to be some optimism, maybe even some hope. You could need to, you know, attend to your inner child, do the things that you were passionate about, go have more fun. Be spontaneous. I'm hearing something about you could need to tap into your creativity as well with this 9 of Pentacles in this. This could even be something that you planned, like a practical plan you had, some sort of plan, creative or business endeavor that maybe you haven't seen a return on your investment, or it's not going the way that you planned. Maybe you lost some things of value. Maybe you lost property in a situation. Maybe this is like in a divorce or a separation that somebody is going through. There feels like you maybe have lost like money, or this could even be, I just heard, dissolving of a business that you planned. No, I don't do free readings. You can or you can ask me any questions pertaining to the reading that I'm doing now, but you can also check in my, I don't know what we call it on YouTube, my bio. And my email is there, and you can email me as well if you want to read it. But yeah, I'm getting like there's something here. It feels like somebody got their hopes up for something with this Page of Cups. There was a new beginning. Maybe something looked promising. Maybe it's something that you always wished for or dreamed about, because the Page of Cups can be like your dreams and things like that. But something here, it feels like it didn't go the way you expected, and there's some grief here because you actually lost something in the process. What's the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse? It feels like something here was cut short, not Knight of Pentacles. Again with the Virgo energy. Virgo energy teaches us to be guided by our wisdom. By our spirits. It's also purging, cleansing, purification of material possessions and values that keep us stuck, ideals and things like that, that keep us stuck in the matrix. Yeah, I feel like you could have to do something here by yourself, and now it's going a little slower. Yeah, look, Virgo here too with the Hermit. The wounded healer. This is you learning how to, this Virgo energy right here that I'm picking up on is you learning how to heal the wounds that were inflicted upon you. Or this is another person that's in your energy. Okay, so take it as it resonates. All right, what's this Knight of Pentacles? It's like you're gonna continue to like keep going anyway. You have to keep moving. I'm hearing like, oh well, life goes on. Knight of Pentacles, I'm gonna keep moving. I may have lost some things. I may have lost someone of value, but I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna finish what I started, even if I have to do it by myself. What's this Knight of Pentacles? So you could be having to revise a plan is what I just heard. Picking up somebody else's slack with this Ten of Wands in the reverse. You could be holding on to a lot of baggage, responsibilities, and things like that. The Ten of Wands in the reverse is giving me like you've accumulated more responsibilities in whatever this was. Remember the Knight of Pentacles? And the Queen of Wands. Yeah, the Queen of Wands is resilient. She's fiery. She's very creative. She can also represent like the spiritual warrior in us all. Sometimes I do see the Queen of Wands as Pisces, because Pisces, when they need to be, they can tap into, you know, like hidden aggression. They can be very fiery at the same time. Well, who's this Queen of Wands? Some of y'all could be losing weight, is what I just heard. I have the Star. This Bridget energy. A goddess, the goddess of creation, protection. She's also a protector of children. Yeah, for some of you, you could need to tap into your creativity, or you're being influenced to. It's like whatever new plan that you're having to devise or come up with to, you know, keep something going, you have the influence of this goddess Bridget, who's assisting you and helping you with something, helping you to move forward, helping you to stay focused, determined with this Chariot card, helping you to keep going. Going to propose me between February to April. Okay, I'll let you know if I see it in here. But yeah, I feel like this star is somebody needing to stay optimistic. I heard remember why you started something. Because the Queen of Wands with the star is giving me somebody who's a visionary. You have like brilliant, creative energy, power, ideas. The star is evolution. It is also your inner God nature. You're being protected through whatever this new journey is that you're going on. For some of you, it's single motherhood. Maybe you're having to raise a child by yourself. That's kind of what I'm seeing here with the Page of Cups and the Queen of Wands. I'm also seeing somebody here could be a new mother. You could have a newborn and maybe you're single. The star is also like the father energy in terms of like your thoughts. In terms of your thoughts, this is even ascension. For some of you, you're stepping into your North Node, and this is your time to be independent, to be single. I feel like whoever this is very innovative, creative. You could be a pioneer of your field, whatever you do for work. Like it's different. Your energy is very unique. For some of you, you dress really nice, you dress well, or how you dress really stands out. I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, the material realm is collapsing because you're stepping into a more spiritual side of yourself, or this is what you're being called to do. The creative realm is starting to take precedence over whatever it is here that you may have lost with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is somebody awakening to their spiritual calling as well. You honoring your spirit. What else with the Queen of Wands in the Star? Ooh, this is definitely a new journey. So if you're like, I feel like with this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, this could even be somebody stepping out of an energy of being materialistic. Nine of Pentacles in reverse also gives me some sort of scam artist. Five of Swords reverse, Aquarius energy, Temperance in the reverse. Yeah, I'm feeling like somebody here is having to surrender to their spiritual, to their spirit and where it's leading you, where it's guiding you. Okay, and this is why with the Temperance in the reverse, you're being called to move, because it's like wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if one is not in alignment with you, there's no peace and harmony there. It's not in alignment with your highest timeline. You could feel trapped within a certain timeline because the Temperance in the upright is evolution, okay, or rather. The World reversing the Eight of Cups. Yeah, it's like you're having to walk away from something that you got your hopes up for. Yeah, King of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't know who this is, but whoever this person is, it's probably this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe you tried to get with this person or have a partnership with whoever this was, but they were more codependent on what you would have liked them to be, and you ended up losing whatever behind this person. But I feel like with the star here, it was fated. I feel like it was meant to teach you something. Okay, what's this Page of Pentacles? I feel like the way that you think is getting ready to shift. The way you view yourself. Two of Swords reverse. Yeah, this journey, this you having to start over is definitely going to reveal a lot to you. Five of Pentacles in reverse, Taurus, Mercury. This is like healing of the identity with the Queen of Wands. Maybe even of the ego. Of your sacral energy. Renewal is also what I'm getting here. I feel like somebody is about to get an influx of new creative ideas. The crown chakra is getting ready to open and really be like active. Yeah, somebody here is definitely called to walk a new journey where you step fully into your purpose. But I feel like for a while it might even be you operating independently. And it's going to bring about a lot of change. Somebody here is getting ready to go through a lot of changes. But I feel like the reason why, okay, will be revealed to you as you go. Somebody here is being called to follow their spirit and to only let their spirit lead them. What's the Two of Swords reverse? Libra moon. This could even be a new path that's revealed to you, a new creative endeavor, financial plan, financial investment, whatever. So Ten of Swords reverse. Yeah. There's a lot of mental turmoil and chaos that is about to be released. It feels like it's like you're being led down a path of peace, harmony, balance, love with the star here. Harmony, one with the universe. Some of you here with this Queen of Wands and the star, I feel like this is a path where you're about to lead or step into a position of leadership, rulership. If it's not of your own spirit, it can be of the collective. Everybody is on different levels. Yeah, look, Seven of Swords reverse with the Two of Wands. There's a new path. There's a new journey somebody's meant to go on. And I feel like you'll only see why you had to leave behind what you did as you go, as you move forward. You only see why you lost whatever you did as you move forward. So with the Five of Cups here, it's like not to stay in grief or sadness over what was lost, but to be optimistic about the journey that's ahead of you, because a lot is getting ready to be revealed to you. It feels like about yourself, your identity, and something about your spiritual authority too. I have pledged gold. If that's two different people, that's like one of my first rules when I do reading. I don't spiritually spy. You can ask me questions about you, but I don't read on other people. Or maybe you can reword the question so I can understand, but it sounds like asking about two different people. Gita and who else? Does Katu? What does Katu feel about Gita? Yeah, it sounds like you're asking about another person. What's the Ten of Swords reverse? This read is deep, y'all. So yeah, look, the Knight of Wands, this is you needing to boldly step into your spiritual authority, being governed by yourself, your spirit, what is being called to do. I'm picking up somebody who has gone through like a lot of loss. You could have lost a job, things of people of value, property, whatever. Maybe this Knight of Wands is the person that brought you a lot of mental turmoil, grief. Who's this Knight of Wands? This could be somebody who's not as evolved as you in terms of their fire. Okay. Yeah, look, Page of Wands, childish. Somebody, whoever this is very childish. They could have the mentality of an adolescent, or they're just very reckless. Because there's a difference between being childlike and being childish. I'm picking up, and you could have a child with this person. Yeah, there's a new journey here. Somebody here is needing to surrender to their spirit, which I feel like is going to lead you to your purpose, your mission in life, what you're here for with the star. What's marriage? Yeah, deep remorse and regret. Some of y'all you could like regret involving yourself with somebody. Even if you weren't married, I feel like this is somebody you probably shared a business with or shared assets. What else for marriage? That's Gemini and Mars. Yeah, Eight of Wands, exactly. Whoever this is, they delayed something for you. They caused you setbacks, missed opportunities. This could be somebody who likes to argue, or they don't see the difference between communicating and arguing. Like, they think you voicing your opinion and saying how you feel is an argument. What else for this Eight of Wands reverse? The Fool reverse. Yeah, I feel like you think this person was a big distraction. Like, for some of you, I'm feeling like you wasted time, or that's how you feel. Yeah, this King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. For some of you, I feel like you could have met this person right when you were going through a big ascension, or you were about to, okay? And they distracted you from it. This is Mercury, okay? I'm picking up something about a Mercury retrograde. What else for this Eight of Wands reverse? Yeah, this King of Swords. Eight of Pentacles in a reverse. Yeah, breakup. I feel like you put a lot of effort, time, energy. You invested a lot into whatever this is. Even if you're a man, this could be you divorcing somebody. But I feel like you invested a lot of time, energy into this person. And some of you feel foolish, like you shouldn't have. What else with swords? Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. I don't know if this person is unemployed, or they don't work, or I don't, like, they're lazy. They haven't reached a place of self-mastery, which is probably why they're at this Knight of Wands. Okay, fire is I believe it's the 4th level of consciousness. They don't know what to do with their fire, where it belongs, what they're supposed to do with it. And they spin them in their head, like repeating thoughts. Oftentimes it feels like this person might talk a lot about what they're going to do, but they never put the energy, the effort into them. Ideas never get out of there and make it into the physical plane. Whoever this is, they have a lot of potential, and I feel like that's what happened, but maybe they didn't master their time. Something about their daily routine and regimen was off. What else for this King of Swords? Yeah, I feel like you wasted your time. The Tower in reverse, inevitable. Yeah, 4 of Wands, 6 of Wands reverse, Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, we got real spiritual just now. Whoever this person is, they're going through some sort of... I'm getting karma. Like, there's something here that they can't avoid. What's the Tower reverse? I just heard something about this person's ego. Yeah, Leo energy, exactly. King of Wands reverse. The ego. This person likes to argue about everything is what I'm feeling. They don't know how to pick their battles, or... This is a collective read. I can pull a money oracle at the end of this. Yeah, whoever this person is, they're having to face the fact that they did not surrender their ego, or don't know how to. Yeah, look, the King of Cups, their heart chakra is blocked. Love and ego cannot exist simultaneously. And a masculine cannot break free of the matrix in his ego. It's a false sense of power, first and foremost. This person is very hot-headed. Or they're just, like, insecure. And instead of them showing it or telling you how they feel, expressing themselves, either they shut down and start to ignore you, or they just like, well, if you don't hear what I'm saying, let's just not talk about it at all. We're just not going to talk about it. Like, whoever this person is, I feel like they've prepared you for marriage, or they're preparing, a part of their purpose in your life was to prepare you, it feels like, for your true counterpart. My right ear is ringing. You remember on this King of Wands in the reverse? Leo energy is significant here. Somebody has a lot of pride. I feel like this inevitable Tower in the reverse is exposure. Leo is the energy of exposure. Yeah, the Emperor in the reverse. Whoever this person is, they lack identity. They could be going through like a midlife crisis. They're still trying to find themselves. Somebody's root chakra could be blocked. They're lacking like stability, or somebody's being uprooted because of their ego. Knight of Cups, Justice. Yeah, look, here's the partner that's coming in. The Knight of Cups with the Justice card. What's this Five of Wands reverse? Ace of Wands reverse. All this fire. All this fire, and for the King of Wands to be in the reverse is crazy. Like, this could be somebody who would make a very brilliant, powerful leader. Somebody who's very creative. Okay, Leo is here, which is the second. Sagittarius is the third. I'm getting abusive power, though, with their words. The King of Swords is an upright. Oh my gosh, this person is going through a lot. I can see it. It's like they're having an identity crisis. I feel like you done stripped somebody of, first of all, it feels like you bruised their ego, because that's what they felt like was more important than you guys' connection. And that's exactly what they needed. This is the upheaval that they're going through. I feel like the King of Swords, this person is really having to look themselves in the mirror. And this Eight of Wands in reverse could even be this backfire. It's like, whoever this person is, it feels like they entered a relationship with you, giving you the hope of something that they could be, or wanted to be, or seen the potential of what they could be. But then they never really showed you any of that. Right? So it kind of feels like you may feel like you were scammed by this person, but it's just they would not deter their ego. And true love is going to, like, it'll resurrect a man the same way wisdom from a masculine will basically resurrect a woman. So it's like this person didn't answer the call. They got in a position where they wanted to be, where you probably seen the potential of what they could be, but they didn't answer the call. It's like they put in the effort with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse that it would take to master this side of themselves in order for y'all to have a healthy connection. Instead, they fell victim to their ego, and this is exactly the reason why they're going through this inevitable tower, this uprooting. Yeah, Three of Swords in the reverse, they didn't learn a lesson. Somebody didn't learn a lesson. Yeah, this is general. Yeah, one card will do. My first view. All right, what's your question? Let's say Damien. I hope I put it right. So yeah, now this person is experiencing delays with the Ace of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this is also them missing out on certain opportunities. And this is why they're in the season that they're in. Like literally. Or they missed a big opportunity that could have been with you. The King and the Queen of Wands sometimes gives me like twin flames. But it feels like this could have mirrored somebody who would make a great partner to you, but they haven't accessed the spiritual side of themselves. Like I'm getting Aries Libra energy with this person was off, right? And Aries is the self, right? But the opposite, the polar opposite of Aries is Libra, which means this person hadn't met themselves, or they hadn't come into union with their spiritual self, to where it feels like you are Queen of Wands with the star, and this is where the connection suffered. So it's like you could be somebody that's very spiritual, and this is what you were meant to show this person, or this is where you were meant to lead this person to their spiritual journey, but they chose not to. They chose to stay in their ego, and the only way the ego will die, at least what I see it, not the only way, but at least how I see it, a lot of times the only way an ego in a person is when they start their spiritual journey. Like 10 times out of 10, you can't take that, you can't take that with you. Okay, like, so yeah, now this person is experiencing setbacks, delays, missed opportunities. Even with this King of Swords here, there could be something that they need to say to you, some sort of truth that they need to speak to you, or even something that they need to see about themselves. Until then, I feel like with this Ace of Wands in reverse, they're going to continue to miss opportunities. They're going to continue to be set back, or, you know, just experience delays in their life. What's this Nine of Swords reverse? So I feel like this person now at the point where they are in some sort of regret with this Nine of Swords in the reverse. They are in some sort of, yeah, King of Pentacles. That's this masculine. Feels like they regret not giving you this energy, being somebody you could depend on, you could rely on, somebody stable, grounded. You know what I mean? This could even be financially. King of Pentacles is the committed or the married man. They're in the energy of building, whereas the Empress and the Emperor are actually running an empire. Yeah, they regret not giving maybe even more value to you guys' connection. But it was really just their ego. Yeah, look, the Hermit, they're definitely doing some deep introspection and reflection. And they inflicted a wound upon themselves. And with the Hermit here, this is what they're having to heal and work through. This person could be spending a lot of time isolated or thinking about, you know, whatever transpired between the two of y'all. But like I was saying earlier, the Hermit energy is Virgo Chiron. That's learning to heal your wounds, or the wounded healer. This person could be a Virgo, or they could have Virgo prominently somewhere in their chart. What's this King of Pentacles? Seven of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, the illusion is coming off. Whoever this person is, they could have low self-worth, but it feels more so in a subconscious way. Like they don't directly show that they have low worth, but some of the things that they do would make you question if they do value and love themselves. Because I feel like a person who does is not going to put themselves in certain situations, or maybe it was you, I don't know, that they to value. Maybe you help to see them. Because the Queen of Wands with the star, to me, that is a relationship, a connection that is a spiritual experience. True love is a spiritual experience. You know what I mean? But I feel like the Seven of Cups in the reverse, this person is now starting to see probably what you've seen. It's almost like you, how can I describe this, y'all? Like, you believed in this person, you believed in their potential, what they could do, what y'all could do, but they didn't believe in themselves. All of this in a subconscious way. So they could have sabotaged the connection with you. But now they're seeing who they truly are, because what they're going through. Somebody's going through a big ass ego death. And I feel like this is exactly what they needed. What's mature one? Empress in the reverse. For some of y'all, there could have been an unexpected pregnancy. This could be somebody's mom. Strength card, nerves. They could even have a mother wound. What else? Mature women. Queen of Cups in the reverse. This could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This could be you. You could feel blocked right now. Also, the Empress in the reverse is giving me, if you're experiencing any like blockages in your intuition, you being with this person wasn't honoring your spiritual authority. So now you're having to like go through some period of renewal. Maybe this is you connecting back to source, your spirit, like I said in the beginning. This could even be like you overextending yourself or lacking self-care, neglecting yourself. Give me more for the Empress in the reverse. 2 of Wands. Yeah, you're moving out of this energy. Aries, Mars. I feel like somebody here is having to choose between 2 paths. But I know you're not staying stuck in this Empress in the reverse energy, Empress, Queen of Cups in the reverse energy, to where your feminine energy is oppressed, suppressed. So this could be what the reason for this encounter. Maybe you needed to balance your masculine energy in a healthy way. Yeah, there's still shadow work here, right? And the Lovers is feminine, masculine. I believe the Lovers is Gemini and Leo. What's this 2 of Wands? I feel like you could have matured as a woman. This exact cycle is probably what's going to help you stop overextending, overgiving, carrying other people's emotional baggage or burdens, or just allowing yourself to be treated like an option, and not in terms of third energy, but more so somebody not meeting you where you deserve to be, emotionally, physically, even if you're a man. What's the 2 of Wands? I feel like you're maturing in that sense. You're not about to keep settling, overextending yourself for people who don't want to put in the work. Relationships take work. They're not easy. They're mirrors. They're going to show you. That's what your soulmates are for. They're going to show you the qualities that you are most lacking. And they're often temporary relationships too. But the High Priestess in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like this could be somebody hiding their feelings. Some of y'all, whoever this is, I'm feeling like emotionally you might not be okay, but still moving forward. That's the only way to heal anyway. Yeah, 6 of Wands in the reverse. Let me see. Give me one of this 2 of Wands. But I feel like you're being mature about the situation, though. High Priest in the reverse. Yeah, see? These are false counterparts. High Priest and the High Priestess is typically a 5D connection. A high vibrational match. Spiritual. A spiritual union. That's crazy how these two came out like that. I don't know what they talk about. I don't know what he was talking about. All I seen was Lord Jesus God. I'm the wrong one to talk about Jesus because I'm going to tell y'all he was a sorcerer. He taught healing, and that's why they crucified him. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. He's even an ascended master, somebody who you can still call on. By personal experience, I know. But anyway, yeah, this was I'm not going to say it was a false union, but it's given like, this could be somebody who you thought was your divine counterpart, and it turns out that they're not. I'm hearing something about them being replaced though. Like whoever this is, it just feels like they didn't answer the call. They wanted to stay stuck in their ego. Give me more on the High Priest reverse. Nine of Wands reverse. Sagittarius energy. Yeah, see? Exactly. So, in terms of Sagittarian energy, that is the ultimate fire. And only when a person learns not to abuse their power, because it feels like this person did that by words with the King of Swords in the upright. Like they may have told you a bunch of stuff, got you to believe a certain lifestyle that they wanted to live, or I don't know what they did. I don't know what this person was saying to you, what they were telling you, but regardless, they never actually showed you physically, right? So how can I describe it? They're just missing their fire. But it's like they're so close. This person is so close. 9 is the last complete number. After that, it's just 1 and 0, 1 and 1, 1 and 2. You feel me? They were so close to completing something and then they just surrendered. They just gave up. They just, I don't know if they got tired. Give me more on this High Priest reverse. Two of Pentacles. Capricorn, Jupiter. Jupiter is growth and expansion. Capricorn energy can even talk about character and integrity. Who's the High Priestess? Let me see. This masculine's feminine and masculine energy is also off because they lack feminine. They lack the feminine energy. Okay, 7 of Wands. Yeah, a lot of their feminine energy is oppressed. And love, I feel like love is one of the only traits that will help a masculine evolve. Just like I said with wisdom, that's the path to a woman's evolution. That's why they didn't want women to learn how to read and write and go to school and, you know. Yeah, this person got stuck in limbo. Give me more on the 2 of those. 8 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, so they chose to abandon the connection with you. But that Sagittarian energy is like when all the fire comes together. And I see it with the Ace of Wands right here in the reverse. The 10s lead to aces, but Yeah. I feel like this Two of Pentacles is also you. Like, you had to make a decision too. This could have been like a mutual agreement for y'all to just walk away from each other. What else for the Seven of Wands? Because I see the Pisces energy here too. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Exactly. The challenge was for this person to tap into their heart, the love, accept what you were trying to give them, accept the feminine aspect. Like, and then here's union and the just card, but they chose not to. Five of Pentacles reverse, swords. Yeah, so I'm getting like healing of the insecurities. This person suffers from imposter syndrome, like real life. This is all they do. Talk to themselves in their head and never like, they could be a Libra, it could be a Gemini, even an Aries, but that first axis is fucking this person up. That Aries Libra energy. And only when we come into union with our spiritual selves do we come into union with our twin souls. So the challenge was for this person to get out of their ego and open their heart chakra. They can't exist together. They can't. I don't care what nobody say. One of them gotta go. What's great fortune? Four of Wands reverse. Aries Venus. What else? I feel like this could have been like a relationship that turned karmic, right? And since you surrendered it, yeah, death card, exactly. Since you were, you know, obedient enough is what I'm getting with the Queen of Wands in the Star card, because that is like source, God, whoever you subscribe to, spirit. The star often comes out when somebody is divinely guided and protected. The crown is also this energy, which is the authority of your spirit. So I feel like based on your divine guidance, you're probably called to surrender a connection or relationship with a person. And I feel like this great fortune card is what is coming in. But it's more so, like I was saying, inheritance of like your spirit, in a sense, which is a component of your spiritual inheritance, but it's two different things. So it's like somebody here is about to go through a big change, a big transformation. I also feel like there could be a lot that's being purged from your subconscious or from your psyche. I'm getting somebody could be having intense or vivid dreams lately. The Four of Wands in reverse is also giving me you breaking free of ancestral patterns and rhythms. Star is a way shower, a trailblazer, somebody who's very unique, different. Your life could look a lot different from your families, okay, your peers. You could be more spiritually evolved. But I feel like the great fortune is coming from you choosing to take the higher road and to work through or heal the wounds that this person inflicted upon you, because it feels like they could have, with this Queen of Cups in the reverse, Empress in the reverse, it's almost like a bit of insecurity was developed. Excuse me, I don't know why I keep burping with this relationship, because it's like, am I not worth the effort? Like, what the fuck? Don't choose any false souls. Yeah, exactly. To me, I could see them and I could smell them too. Like, I don't know. Maybe it just comes with being a seer, but But yeah, I feel like somebody here chose to take the high road, which means you didn't abuse your, that's really like one of the only, I don't want to call it a sin, but abuse of power and authority, long story short, will end you up in spiritual jail. So but I feel like you chose to, maybe even the Four of Wands is a divorce. You could literally be going through a divorce, or this is a divorce of the old self with the Aries energy here, with the Scorpio energy here. And in order for you to change and evolve, a part of you does have to die with the cycle that you were in, right? Like if you can change your environment, you can change friends, you could change jobs, but if you don't release the identity of you that connected you to those people, you'll end up back in the same cycles. Okay, and the Scorpio Taurus axis will teach us that you can't take old mundane, you know, principles, habits, lifestyles, whatever, into new timelines. So give me on this death card. This is a big transformation. Yeah, Three of Cups. It is going to be of your relationships, your connections. Those are Libra principles. How having the right connections, relationships, you know, how they can take you places, how you knowing the right people can open up doors. I know y'all heard that before. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Okay. But yeah, I feel like the way you relate and connect with people is completely about to change with this. I feel like some of y'all are going into this new timeline accepting nothing less than what you know you fucking deserve. I don't care if it's friends. They need to be able to meet you where you are, celebrate you, or whatever, and vice versa. What else for this Three of Cups? For some of y'all, you could even be moving out of your hometown with the Four Wands in reverse, or feeling called to. Maybe you moved to a new city, new town, whatever. Yeah, look, the Lovers and the Libra energy again. Yeah. I feel like the great fortune here is you're about to come into connections, whether they're business, romantic, platonic. You're about to come into connections and relationships. Friends is still a relationship that where you'll actually be celebrated. I feel like with the Hermit card back here, you'll probably meet people who are balanced and healed like you are. Because the way I'm seeing the Queen of Wands with the Star, this feels like somebody that's very secure in their identity and who they are, right? But like, maybe you could even be a healer too with the Queen of Wands. Or your energy is very healing to be around. You could be somebody that's very motivational, inspirational. Maybe you're even seen in the public eye. Yeah, good karma, dharma. What else for the Lovers? Four of Pentacles. That's Capricorn Sun. Capricorn does have to do with your public status, reputation, and things like that. This is boundaries, though. I feel like that's you having boundaries. In the Chariot. When I seen this card, I just heard voila, magic. I don't even know why that song just popped into my head. Maybe some of y'all from the South, Atlanta or whatever. I think that's T.I.'s song, but Cancer, Capricorn energy. So this Chariot energy is confidence, it's balance, it is you moving forward with more discipline in terms of who you connect with, you moving forward, mind, body, and spirit aligned. Okay. Some of y'all could be saving for a new car, or you need to. You can need to save your money for car maintenance, car repairs, whatever. Yeah, the Moon. Cancer energy, strong Cancer energy. I feel like this is somebody you're learning to feel secure in how you feel, right? Because it's like, I don't know, just me personally, if I get into a debate with somebody, or, you know, my beliefs are challenged, or what, I don't know, whatever the case may be, right? I will withdraw, retreat within first, right? And then choose to validate my own feelings before I bring how I feel to another person. Because sometimes people will try to tell you, oh, like, you shouldn't feel this way because this, or that's not what I meant, and blah, blah, blah. But, like, if I validated my own feelings first, and not to say that I'm all right, but ain't nothing more realer than your feelings. You know, like, I feel like this is also you being guided by your intuition. There could also be a heightened sense of, because with this spiritual evolution that you're getting ready to go through, yeah, I feel like a lot of this with the Queen of Swords in the reverse, I feel like your thoughts, your crown energy is probably going to take a backseat, and you're going to start to be moved more so by your intuition. The Chariot is your spirit. That's the solar plexus energy. I feel like that's going to guide you. And once you start to follow your spirit, that is where the fortune is. Because being in the matrix will teach you not to. Oh, fear this, doubt this, be afraid of this. Six of Wands in the reverse. That's this King of Wands energy. The Four Cups. So this person, I don't know if they feel ignored by you, or if you're just no longer pouring into them emotionally. I feel like this Six of Wands in reverse, somebody here is going to, maybe this moon energy is them. What's the Six of Wands in the reverse? Oh, the Hangman. That's your energy, Pisces. This is coming out of a place of stagnancy. Maybe you felt like your career wasn't going well, or you weren't getting the attention, the recognition, whatever that you felt you deserved. I feel like, okay, so the Hangman in reverse and the Six of Wands in reverse, you're going to be completely disinterested in anything that doesn't add value to you. Saturn with the Seven of Pentacles, Taurus Saturn. Yeah, this is you taking a second look at things, looking deeper into people. There's about to be a lot you're disinterested in. Some of y'all might even change your career paths. Maybe y'all been working a night job and you don't want to work a night job no more for some of you. There's a lot of disinterest coming up here. But I'm definitely seeing a shift in your relations. Who you choose to talk to, hang with, be around, whatever the case may be, your partnerships, period. With this Three of Cups here. Some of y'all probably even letting go a lot of friends, like cleaning up your circle, tightening that up. Because I feel like the Chariot, this is you aligning with God's plan for you, your destiny, where you're meant to be going. You could even be making a lot of moves in silence with the moon here. I feel like some of you guys could even be in this energy of you not knowing where things are headed or where they're going with the Moon Chariot, but you're following your divine guidance. You're choosing to be led by your spirit, your intuition. I feel like that's going to be your best bet here, because that's what you're being called to do. So Let's see. I bet I didn't realize my foot was on this cool. The temperance reverse. I just like this is a big surrender. Yeah, higher timeline, exactly. You're going into your higher timeline, which means you're surrendering anything that doesn't bring you peace, that doesn't make you feel anything that's not in harmony with your spirit. Some of y'all could be going through legal issues, or this person is, or maybe this is just a divorce. What's for the temperance in the reverse? I feel like that's what you're surrendering, this lower timeline that you've been on, where that's usually like satisfying the ego, flesh. Astral travel. Astral travel is important because your spirit will take you to realms to meet your ancient ancestors or the ancestors who have connection to your ancient ancestors, and they give you the information that you need in this realm. So Gemini will teach us that. Mercury is communication, but mastering the Gemini energy teaches us how to channel the information that we get from the spiritual realm into this physical realm. Right, so what else for astral travel? Some of y'all could be learning to astral travel, or this is maybe what you've been doing, or maybe this new moon will enhance that gift or ability rather, or it'll open up that ability for you. Okay, that's Virgo Pisces access. What else for the temperance in the reverse? You're being protected. Yeah. Then we have your energy down here, Pisces, and quantum behind it. So this could be what you're experiencing. Married. What's the Seven of Cups reverse? Whoever this is, I feel like, even though I don't see the world out here, people like this, King of Cups, who talked a good game and never showed you anything, they're going to be no longer an option. Like, yeah, the soul contract. This person, it feels like they were contracted to show you something about yourself, or vice versa. Maybe this was an assignment. Okay, what else for the King of Pentacles? Or this person is now awakening to themselves, or this is what's about to happen. Earth Angel. I knew I felt something off of this person. I feel like they didn't honor their divinity. And in order to be with you, this is what they would have had to do. What else for this King of Pentacles? Virgo. They might be a Virgo. But then again, Virgo is healing, purging, purification. They could be a Virgo, Libra, cusper. This person could like music, be into music. Maybe they make music. They love to listen to music. Something about music could be significant with this person. Virgo is also the feminine aspect of God. So this person, they're missing that feminine energy. What's this Empress in the reverse? I won't choose them. I know that's right. Spirit Gel. What else first? Aquarius in the reverse. It came out in the reverse. So the Aquarian energy is I know. But it's usually like knowing your power. Knowing who you are, your identity, with the Empress in the reverse. So you could have been in spirit jail as long as you were connecting with this person, because you weren't honoring your divinity, overextending yourself, overgiving, you know, choosing to neglect yourself to help this person. When really, like how it goes, the feminine has to become secure within herself, within her values, and then she will organically that should make the masculine rise to her where she is, right? And this is how they come into union, because the masculine energy has to understand the essence of the feminine, the value of the feminine, the importance of the feminine. But he has to surrender his ego to rise to meet the feminine where she is. So I feel like with this coming out in the reverse, maybe you didn't know your power, or you weren't exercising it, or you weren't honoring your divinity, you know. But so maybe if your career was stagnant, if you lost things of value, property, jobs, whatever the case may be, you weren't honoring yourself, your spirit, your inner knowing, your inner God nature. I feel like now you are with this Queen of Wands and the Star. What's the Four of Wands reverse? Oh, entity or demonic being. That's crazy. Let's see what else. I didn't see the Devil card out here though. What else for the Four of Wands reverse? One, two, three, four. That's typically, I wrote that for aligning with your life path, your timeline. What else? Holistic healing. Telepathy. What else for the Four of Wands reverse? So maybe somebody had a karmic, they were born into a karmic family. Gemini North Node. If this person did have an entity attachment, or they just chose to stay stuck in their lower nature, the South Node. You know, I'm really getting a healer off of this person. They do say Earth Angel. Like, they could have been born into a karmic family where they were expected to break ancestral patterns or rhythms so that an entity wouldn't be passed through their bloodline. But only could they free themselves from that entity by aligning themselves with their life path, their true blueprint. They're starting their spiritual journey. Holistic healing here. Maybe somebody is a practitioner, or this masculine could be. Somebody could be into herbalism, apothecary, or whatever. Even the Gemini energy over here, I'm getting like them needing to connect with, or maybe this is what happened with you. Switch the roles if you need to. I don't know why entity came out though. Energy could be significant for somebody. Maybe that's in your big three. You know, this can be the body, right? The King of Pentacles can talk about the body, like physically. And entities sometimes can hop from person to person through the theta brain waves. There could have been an interference here somewhere with this person's mental health. Or maybe some of you are breaking ancestral patterns and rhythms by choosing a holistic approach to life. Holistic medicine, not that, you know, Western stuff. Or maybe some of y'all ancestors were practitioners in apothecary and things like that. Hoodoo, not voodoo, hoodoo. Some of you probably needing to tap in with those ancestors who maybe did take this approach, or that was this person's need to. Maybe this one was meant to be like a doctor or something. Somebody could have a Gemini North Node Gemini in their big three. This person could have been a Gemini. Okay, and they just needed to evolve in terms of adopting the Virgo principles. Because each constellation has its own principles. And we have to master them all in order to be whole and complete or to evolve. Somebody's path is holistic healing, though. So let's get some advice. Somebody did ask about career. Let me pull a career card for you really quick and see. But yeah, I guess the whole point of this message is maybe some of y'all are in between trying to decide if you want to surrender this person or not. I feel like there's a need to, because somebody here has not come into union with their spiritual selves while you have. So they're not as evolved, which means, I mean, they can't come up to reach you unless they choose to do work, and lowering yourself is not ideal to meet them where they are. So, but I feel like the real fortune here is you connecting with the right people in order for you to receive the fortune that you're meant to. And a lot of these people, I feel like with 1, 2, 3, 4, they're aligned on your path to help you with the resources and, you know, information, ideas, because that's what the Three of Cups energy is. They're meant to share knowledge, wisdom, resources, information that you need along the way. And once you surrender the wrong people or the wrong person, then you make room for the right people, okay, to come into your life. So this card says feelings. You may be getting too emotional at the moment that you are losing control of your career and finances. Stand up and come back stronger. Somebody does love you though. This card says I love you, or you love this person. Composure. Your calmness is necessary in this situation. It might be beyond your control, but you have control over yourself. Relax, rejuvenate, and renew. That's what I was getting with this Hermit Death card. Choosing to take the high road and to go within, right? And that can be yoga, prayer, meditation, however you connect to your higher self, your spirit team, right? To keep you grounded throughout this situation. Because a lot of Saturn's energy is a test to your character and integrity. How will you overcome the challenges and the limits that have been placed upon you? You know, and if you choose to act negatively and scheme, deceive, lie, whatever the case may be, that's karma, right? But if you take the high road, that Sagittarian energy, Jupiter is blessings. When you've mastered your fire and you no longer use it for abuse of authority or power, that's when you start to receive your rewards, your blessings. Sagittarian, that ruler is Jupiter. Okay, so then we have authority. Your career is in the process of an upgrade. There is an opportunity for you to become an authority in your field of work. Be the leader you wish you had. That's what I was getting with this Queen of Wands star energy. Okay, Pisces, so this is the message. It's time to surrender to your spirit. It's about to lead you to your calling, to that Mars energy is the spiritual warrior within us all. What we are meant to fight for here in this lifetime, our purpose, our divine mission. And you feel me? So this person who's not in union with their spiritual selves, it's not going to be any good to you. Have I done Leo? I can do Leo. They wasn't getting to my timeline. I know that's right. Sometimes I be forgetting to read the comments. My bad, y'all. I've already gone out of this timeline. That's good. That's good. I like that. Okay, so then a lot of times when I try to mention this at the beginning of my reads, but whatever placement resonates with you the most will speak to where you are on your journey. So if Pisces is your sun, maybe you could start looking at your polar opposite, which would be Virgo. That'll help you evolve more the spiritual or the physical side of yourself, because Pisces would be your spiritual side and Virgo would be the physical aspect of you. Right, your polar opposite makes you whole when you evolve in terms of those principles and qualities. Or you could start looking at your north node, and that might resonate with you more, you know. Well, I'm not gonna say this don't resonate with you, but there might be more insight for you there if you've already completed this timeline. Okay, and then if y'all moon placement resonates, there's more work to be done. There's lots back there in the psyche and shadow that might need to be worked through. Okay. But I hope this helped. Okay, I hope it gave you some clarity. Thank you so much for joining the live. I appreciate. Somebody asked for Leo. I'm gonna do Leo next. I appreciate all your comments, your likes. Don't forget to share the video. This is how we circulate the message to elevate the collective. Okay. Anything you want to know about me, I try to put it in the description box, but I'll put it down here once I'm done in the description box of this video. Don't forget to check out my wall where I do like little quizzes that'll help us learn esoteric and occult knowledge, sometimes even astrology. Okay, check out my posts in the community. But if nothing else, I will catch y'all in the next read. Okay, wishing you a safe and seamless return back home to yourself. Okay, love you all so much, and I'll call y'all later. Bye.